Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. My dreams are at a playground. Wait, not a specific playground. All my dreams are at a playground that I've already been to.
Emma.
Oh, whoa, my goodness. Why are there so many? Oh, goodness. He ate the cookie. Oh, my God. Yeah, he ate the cookie. Hey, guys, you see Christmas. Because Christmas is more better. The Christmas is so the best Christmas ever.
It's the best Christmas ever.
Yeah. What's that? I almost fell.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of A Safe Space for Men. I'm your host as usual. And as always, before we get started, please remember to rate, review, like, and subscribe to the podcast. I truly appreciate it. What's happening, everybody? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate or don't celebrate. I hope everybody had a good holiday season. I know I did. I spent a lot of time with, all my time was spent with my kids and just being in the house. I kind of treated it just like Thanksgiving. I really didn't feel like being out and about. I didn't want to go visit nobody. I didn't really want to have a bunch of people over. I kind of just wanted to open gifts with the kids and lay on the couch and watch basketball and football all day. And that's pretty much what I did. And they actually got up later than what I thought they would. This is actually Emma's first Christmas morning with us. Normally she comes in the afternoon, but this is the first time she was here Christmas Eve and then slept over there. Slept here Christmas Eve night, woke up Christmas morning, opened gifts, we did all that. We baked cookies and this nasty recipe I had looked up. The kids thought the cookies were great. I thought they were horrible. They were disgusting. But it really wasn't about that. It was just about the idea of, making cookies for Santa, even though my kids don't believe in Santa. I don't teach them that. It was more about, I guess, the nostalgia. That's just something they want to do. It's can we bake cookies and leave out hot chocolate and all that stuff? So we did that. It was pretty fun. Of course, we do the pajama thing and all that, which is, it's pretty good. So the New Year was good, man. Well, overall, the holiday was real good, man. I feel like it was really productive. It was draining, which is part of the reason why I really haven't had time to sit down and record a boatload of things. I've been extremely, I would say, sidetracked, busy, bombarded, overwhelmed. I don't know how many other words I can use, but yes, I've been pretty fucking busy. So and I'll get to a lot of that today. A lot of what's been going on, what's been keeping me busy, and plans for the new year. I'm actually pretty excited. I feel like overall, last year, it had its ups and downs. Dealt with a lot of stuff in private, because that's just how I am. And, but I also accomplished a lot. I did a lot for myself. One of my favorite things, I probably repeat this all year long, is telling people no. I say this shit like clockwork. Somebody asks me to do something fun with us, I'm like, no. And I keep it moving because people are so used to me just coming through for them and doing things and showing up. And I just realized while it's okay to show up for people and stuff like that, I just can't always do it. A lot of times I be short of myself when my attention would be better, on things that I need to do or things with my family or just nothing at all. It's simply just laying on the couch. I would be saying yes to things that I really just didn't want to do, but I was doing it because I care about the person, and I didn't want to upset them. Now I really don't care because I just feel like, people have never really had a problem telling me no. So, and on top of that, again, it's for my own mental health, my own, doing shit that you don't want to do, is fucking insanity. So yeah. But yeah, Christmas is great. I'm all over the place right now. The kids opened up, they got up, opened up a bunch of gifts, and a lot of, as y'all see, um, my Christmas decorations are still up. My tree will hopefully go down. I'm not even gonna lie, it won't be this week. This is like January. What is it? January 2nd. Yeah, my tree won't be down probably till like next week when I really get some time. Cause I'm gonna be at work all day tomorrow. But yeah, it'll get down soon. It only went up because the kids came and put it up. So maybe I'll get them to come take it down. I don't know, but definitely realizing like the older that my kids get, they are slowly outgrowing me, which is one of the things that like sucks about it's awesome that I have 5 great daughters and my kids are they're awesome, they're amazing, but the older they get, they they pretty much outgrow their parents. And I get it because I was, a teenager and a young adult and all that stuff. And gradually and slowly but surely, I just didn't have a desire to necessarily spend holidays with my parents. But yeah, I would say it's one of the things that I guess I'm learning to accept, and thank God that I have small kids so that I don't have to worry about them, like not really enjoying the holidays necessarily the way I want to. And I see my cat is gonna get on my nerves this episode. He's gonna make me kick him. But yeah, so I've really been trying to enjoy, like I guess being present, just enjoying the time I have left with my kids. And I've been doing a lot of like preaching family and togetherness and the importance of spending time together, especially as at the end of this year, Gabby will be headed off to college, or June, July, graduations and prom and all that stuff. So she'll be off to college very soon, within the next, 7 months or so. We won't really have her on a day-to-day basis. And again, while I'm proud of her, but again, that they're all my little girls. So it's like, that's probably like another, I guess, level of growth for me, is like letting go and allowing them, which I've been doing pretty good with, but I think that'll be different. Like, cause she'll be all the way away. And again, I got good kids. They're smart. They're not necessarily stupid or anything like that. They're safe. They're aware. Just gonna be a different aspect of life to deal with. But yeah, so I haven't really recorded because I really, honestly, I've been burnt out. I've been genuinely like just overwhelmed with bullshit, just a lot of stuff. Been trying to like, I think sometimes I'd be wearing too many hats. And I just had to like even like today, I came in the house and I was like, I cooked for me and Jordan, got something to eat. And I was like, I had a plan, like I'm gonna do that afterwards. I'm gonna put her down, sleep, and then I'll be able to record, be free and clear. Even though now she's pretty good about when I have to record, she'll sit there, she'll mind her business, she'll get on her iPad or play with her toys or whatever. But I really just wanted like complete silence in the house and to be able to focus on getting this done for y'all. So I have been kind of like, I want to say something real fast. I've been dating and stuff like that. One of the things I continue to learn about dating and learn about myself, I do not have the desire to take care of anybody anymore. Like, I'm really burnt out of taking care of people. And what I mean by that is, it's like, I kind of just don't want to be in the presence of people that can't take care of themselves. I don't want to date anybody that can't take care of themselves. Like, when I meet you, I hope that you are able to provide for yourself. That's really important to me because I don't need another daughter. You know what I'm saying? And it's no shade to nobody, anything like that. Because Lord knows someone always gets offended with what I say. But I genuinely mean that. I feel like you meet a lot of people, and you meet different types of people in different walks of life, and everybody's in different spaces and all that, and everybody's working on themselves. Because I'm working on myself as well. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. There are things that I need to work on and need to improve upon. But I just don't feel like taking care of nobody. I genuinely don't. I feel like anything that I do for my partner, the person I'm dating, I want to do because like I want to do it for them because I have to. I think in this day and age, there's just so many people out here that are like, they're just not where they need to be, or at least for me, they're not where they need to be as far as being able to take care of themselves. And it doesn't always necessarily mean financials. It could just mean like you're not clean. It could be a number of things. And for me, a lot of things just don't work for me because I get turned off extremely fast. And one thing I'm really tired of hearing women say is, oh, that, they're looking for princess treatment, princess treatment. Oh my gosh. I'm twisting my words up today. They're looking for princess treatment. And like when you really think about it, I treat my daughters like princesses, but as a man, I'm looking for a queen. You know what I mean? Like you're looking for a life partner, somebody to do things with, teamwork. Um, and again, I love my kids very much, but the way that I would treat my daughter would not be the same way that I treat my woman. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people out here, a lot of women that are like, yeah, I want to be treated like a princess. That's what I'm looking for. And it's just like, um, wow, at 17, 18, and 23, that might be cute, but at 38, I'm not. That's really disturbing for me, honestly. Because again, like my way of thinking is so like detailed that yeah, I'm not. No, it sounds like you're looking for somebody to take care of you, and I'm not coming to take care of nobody. Um, and again, I'm not perfect. I really do genuinely. I have shit to work on. I am working on things. But that's just I don't know. I just want to share that takeaway, like that. Something that I've just been paying attention to and learning about myself over the last couple months. Um, Please don't be offended. So the big thing that's been going on, I've been having like these issues at Jordan's school. Uh, I wish I had the damn letter in front of me. Of course I don't. But so there was a lot of things that was going on in her school. She so the first day of school, she came home and she she's like, Dad, she's telling me about, what happened, whatever, and come to find out the very first day of school, she was left in the bathroom by herself. The very first day of school. Now keep in mind Jordan's 5, he's in kindergarten. And um obviously that's something that's very alarming because it's like, why the fuck would you leave my child in the bathroom by herself? You know what I mean? And obviously I brought it to the school's attention. This was back in September, obviously. But it was just the fact of like, all right. And so we got past that. I had talked to the principal. Of course I made a fuss about it because I know I don't play by my kids. But then there was other things that happened. The second thing that happened was she came home with like cuts and marks on her hand and just no cuts. She had cuts on her elbows and cuts on her knees. It was two separate. Boom! I got the letter. I had to look at my email. Got the letter. She came home and I brought it to attention to the school. And again, it was just like the consistent thing here with this school has been when like something happens with Jordan, nobody knows how it happened. Like she was okay, we know she was left in the bathroom by herself, but we don't know who did it or we don't know how it happened. Like what the fuck? Yeah, we're aware that she had cuts and stuff on her arms, but we don't know how it happened. And my thing is just like they're 5 years old, so like all these 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds or whatever, someone should be monitoring them. Like where's the fucking adult? And then there was an incident where her sweater went missing, which wasn't as big of a deal, but it was more, at that point, it was very much about the principal. Like, I sent my child to school with a sweater, and it went missing. Obviously, I'm sending her with a sweater because she's cold in class. So that means now she's cold in class. Like, what is going on? So you're telling me you didn't, I'm pretty sure my daughter got cold. She told you she was cold. So at what point did we realize, like, oh, shit, her sweater went missing? Not only that, her name was on all her stuff. And then somebody's child took the sweater home, and then they dirty parent didn't send it back. Like that's a problem for me because it's like what? Like what's going on? So I had like packaged all this stuff up. Oh, and the last thing that happened, no, not the last thing. So the fourth thing that happened, Jordan came home and she's like, Dad, the lunch person took my lunch and threw it away, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, because I packed lunch for Jordan. I was like, at the time I was making like sandwiches and juices and chips and all that stuff in. And I reached out to the teacher, and the teacher took care of it. And throughout this process, the teacher's actually been like the only constant that's really been doing, being helpful. Her and then like the parent liaison, she's been pretty good as well. She's been responsive. We'll say that. So that happened. But then the last thing that happened, that was the final straw, was a kid bit Jordan. And now, full disclosure, Jordan had a coat on, so he bit over top of the coat so it didn't puncture or pierce the skin or nothing like that. But the issue that I had was that this kid is a repeated biter. He had apparently bit like 6 or 7 other kids. I spoke to other parents, and it was just like, what the fuck? Like, motherfucker, like, why is this little motherfucker biting other kids? And why is he still in the class? Why does he not have like his own place to be? Why is he not suspended? Why is he not away from my fucking kid? And again, when I approach them, I'm really respectful. I'm not like how I am right now. I really am like, yo, hey, these are the things I have a problem with. Like, what's going on? I need some information just to get back to me. Obviously, you're not supposed to, or you can't tell me how you choose to discipline another kid, but you can absolutely reassure me. And I feel like they failed to do that. So I had reached out to the principal because again, when all this stuff happened, and I had brought it to the attention of the teacher, she said, "I'm going to email the principal, and somebody will get back to you." 1 week went past, 2 weeks went past. So now I'm furious because this is what happened before. With the whole leaving her in the bathroom the first day of school by herself. I had emailed the principal. She was out with COVID, but she was on an email thread with me and somebody else from the school that said, hey, when she gets back to school on Monday, September, whatever date it was, I think 17th or something like that, she's gonna call you that day when she gets in, she'll set up a meeting. So it was one or the other. I didn't get neither, and of course, once that didn't happen, I sent her a nasty little email a week later. Not nasty, a little aggressive, but so the same thing this time. Now, 2 weeks after my child got bit, nobody's got back to me, nobody said anything. So yeah, I'm furious. So yeah, I sent another email. Like, was I not clear when I talked to you back in September? Like, the biggest thing for me is communication. What are you not understanding? My child was bit. Like, what are y'all doing about it? You know what I'm saying? What's like, and for me, again, it was just about reassurance. She could have simply said, hey, Mr. Hairston, we taking the matter seriously. We got more staff in place for the safety of the kids, something along those lines, anything like that. Because come to find out, and of course, I shouldn't know this, but they fucked up and put it in the report, dumb motherfuckers. And one of the emails they sent me to this kid, he's like in a special ed class or something like that. And again, like, I fully understand and I can sympathize with the fact that this kid is going through some things. However, the priority for me is my child and the safety of my fucking kid. So, I talked to the principal and it was very much, her attitude was very much like, well, I don't know what it is that you want me to do. And I was like, bitch, cool, no problem. And when I got the phone with her, I said, no problem, I know what I need to do. She was like, have we covered all your issues today? And I was like, no, we talked, but I know what I have to do. And I hung the phone up on her ass because it's just lazy. Like, I feel like that's what she is. She's a lazy principal. I remember like when I had sent the first follow-up email back in September, they like ambushed me in the park, not the parking lot, the schoolyard. I was dropping Jordan off. And it was like, it was so unprofessional. Like, I was dropping her off and it was like, they wanted to talk like, oh, hey, Mr. Harrison, da-da-da. And it was like, whoa, like, we're having this conversation outside in front of other kids, in front of other parents, other members of the staff. Like, this should be a private conversation. Because if I go off the handle, then it's going, then it's going to look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm in full defense mode because there's 3 people out here that are approaching me as I'm dropping my child off to school. You know what I'm saying? So, I reached out to the CEO. I got like what are they called? The board of directors or board of treasurers, whatever the people that I guess fund the school and stuff like that. Then I got in touch with the CEO. So I sent out like this big crazy like notarized letter. Packaged it up in an email, sent it out to like 12, 13 people. CEO, she gets back to me almost immediately, but even her response seemed like she was frustrated. She's like, "Oh, my first contact with you about this was through a Facebook message request last night. Yeah, because I was fucking looking for you, and when I come looking for you, I come looking for you. By the time I got, so between the period of me getting off the phone with that principal around like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and by the time I got home and settled to send the email at about 5:30, 5:45, I had this lady's personal email, work email, a business email. I had got all the emails to the people in the school, like everything I had. Because thankfully, again, I have relatives in my family that work in the school district. They work in schools. I have friends that work schools. Like, so I had a lot of help. But I really didn't want to have to go that route. But it was like the final straw. I felt like I really needed to like put pressure on them to do something because I don't feel like my child is safe. And there was some other issues like their pickup procedures. I feel like that nobody's like checking IDs and shit like that. And it's just, I don't know, the whole thing is weird. And then when I was complaining about stuff, so I ended up getting a meeting with the CEO. And when I sat down with her, it just seemed like she, again, like they kept trying to spin it back to the teacher. And it's because I got a good rapport with the teacher, so they know that I don't have an issue with the teacher, so they wanted to spin it back to her and try to like put the blame on her. But I was like, I stood firm. I was like, the issue isn't y'all keep trying to say like this is a that I should be communicating with her. I said that these things didn't happen on her watch. They happened on somebody else's watch. Like, and the communication problem isn't with her because anytime I reach out to her or she reaches out to me, I take care of it. Even so much so, like they were like sending stuff home. Oh, if you don't get the health forms, again, she's in kindergarten, so I had to send these physical and dental record forms in to get her into fucking school. You guys are sending letters home in October, like, oh, if we don't have it by January 2nd, your child is gonna be excluded, and it's like, what, motherfucker, like the kid, I had to give you these papers in order to get the child into school. Not only that, dental records are good for 6 months, medical exams are good for a year. So just be accountable and say, you know what, we fucked up, we lost it. Is there a way you can get it again? And then, you know what I'm saying? But don't try to put the pressure on the parent like we did something wrong. No, motherfucker, you lost the fucking papers. And that's something I brought to me too. And it was just like, oh, I don't have any knowledge of that. And we don't have anything on file here that says we sent anything home. And it's like, really? Like, you guys are trying to like, so you want me to go home and dig this shit out? So now what I'm gonna be so fucking petty. Like, I really am. Until I get my daughter out of school, because that's what I'm trying to do now, is I'm looking for a school. I really don't want to put her in a neighborhood school, but at this point I may have to. Just because like the school is really bullshit. And I like the curriculum there. The curriculum with the teacher, like she has her learning at a rate that I feel like is actually above Kenning. I think she's like learning things that she probably wouldn't be learning to the 2nd grade. But I also don't have time because the next time something happens to Jordan, like I'm gonna hurt somebody. And you know what I mean? That's not a threat. That's a fucking promise. Like I'm prepared to protect any of my kids with my fucking life. And I just think that like a lot of these schools, they just don't care. And especially with charters, because charters, they feel like that they don't have to answer to nobody when they really do. And it's like, dog, just keep my child safe. Yeah, things are gonna happen, but like bitings and like kids being left in the bathroom by themselves, and my daughter saying she got pushed, like when she came on with the cut, Jordan came on with the cut on her elbow, she's like, somebody pushed me there. And I always ask her like, well, who was it and where was the adult? And her answer, she would give me the name of the kid, but she would like, I don't know where any adults was at. And it's like, what? And it's just, they're gonna burn me out. They're gonna burn me the fuck out, and I'm gonna get, and it's already uncomfortable going up there because now everybody thinks I'm like this mean guy, and I have yet to even flip out yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know they be talking like behind the scenes, sharing the emails, whatever. It's a fucking mess up there, man. Like, so yeah, I'm looking at another school. I'm still waiting to hear back from like the head of the charters, but at this point, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like so burnt out, like. Because after that meeting with the CEO and my sister was with me, even she said she was like she was in there talking about shit that had she was telling me about her brother and all these programs she did, and I was just like, that has nothing to do. I'm not here to talk about that. Like, what is going on? And it's just like she was trying to like, the gift of gab, trying to spend me, bro. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here about Jordan Hairston. Like, that is what we're here to discuss. Like, you telling me about how I remind you of your brother? Fuck you and your brother. Like, I'm here about my child. And yeah, so hopefully I can get this resolved for the next week or so. Whether it's a transfer or a better school, whatever it is. I hope and pray to God it's not the neighborhood school, but it's very much looking like that. It really is. So yeah, I was like really overwhelmed with that. Like I remember I was like kind of feeling defeated. Like I was sitting in my car and it was just like on the verge of tears because just like you're so concerned. Like as parents, again, we are so like our priority is really to keep these kids safe and make sure they're in an environment where they feel loved and cared about, and you don't have to worry on whether or not someone's trying to do something to them or someone will do anything to them. And yeah, I just don't want that to happen to my child. And secondly, the second reason, I was like, I'm tired of doing this shit by myself, man. Like, I really am. Like, the shit is becoming a burnout. And I'm not fucking complaining about it. It just is. Which brings me to her mother. And I hope this is the last time I ever got... No, it will be because... So this motherfucker sent me, like, this ridiculously, like, long text message. And it was like talking about like how I keep Jordan from her, and it's her child too, and something else about what else did she say? Um, that oh yeah, that she asks to get Jordan, and I ignore her, this and that. And it's like no one ever says you can't see her or get her. I'm just not sending her to your fucking house. Um, and like when I got the message, I was just like, well, I'm sick of this shit. And like I just let her have it. Like I unload it. Like because normally I just ignore her, don't pay any mind. But this time it was like you motherfucker, like you got the audacity to fucking approach me about a kid that you don't do anything for, that you don't take off work for, you're not available. You want her to be available when you want to be available. You know what I'm saying? Like you choose, you go to work, you work a job, you have a good job, but you work all day long, and then like when you have a day off or whatever, or you take a day off or you got a weekend off every month or so, you're like, oh, I want to get her. And it's like, that's not how it works. It's just not. But again, I don't like to repeat myself, but very much, she knows why I won't send her over there. I have very legit reasons why I won't send her over there. She even tried to throw in my face some money she gave towards Jordan's uniforms. And keep in mind, she gave me money towards Jordan uniforms. I think like November maybe. School started in August, whatever. I mean, Jordan had like a weird growth spur, so like she did need new uniforms. But again, I had said it to her when so when the way it was brought up, always says like, oh, I can buy anything for my child, and I was like, oh yeah, Jordan need uniforms. You know what I mean? Like I like to call people bluff, and of course, like she didn't give the money up right then and there. It was like weeks later. So when she did give the money up, I already had the uniforms, which means when she brought that shit up, I was like, oh, you can come get this fucking money. Because I it's literally sitting right where you left it. I don't fucking need your money. I've been doing this shit for 5 years on my own. I'll do it for another 13 on my own. And even more when she goes to college. Nobody needs you. And I never really go at her like that because I just don't. I really be trying to like spare people. But again, when people take me there, man, like, I would just fucking destroy you. Um, and for real, my final straw like was back in July. I may have mentioned it on here. So she typically like she used to on the weekends if I had to work in the mornings, she would come to my house and watch the girls for me. Our daughter, and then my daughter Emma. And because I would work like a short shift, like a 7 a.m. to like 1 p.m. or something like that. So it was convenient. The kids these kids sleep to like 1:30. So like they would be asleep. She just has to be here. So she would come as I went to work, and then I would come back home, whatever. So I had to work on July 4th, and I didn't want to call out whatever. So she came again. She watched them. I think it was like a different shift. This was like a 12 to like 8 or something like that. And I got like a text message from her like I want to say like 3 o'clock. She's like, hey, I want to take him to the park. All right, cool. Take him to the park. Then I get back home because obviously I left my key with her. I get back home, and there's nobody here, and it's like, well, you know what I mean. By this time, obviously, because 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock is two different times. So long story short, when she brought the kids back, she like kind of dropped them off and then dipped, which was like let me know right then there's something weird that happened. So of course my kids told me like, oh, we went to they call her Granny. We went to Granny's dad house. Now she knows my kids are not allowed to go to her dad's house. And for one reason only, he's a unconvicted child molester, raper, all that. He touched all his daughters, her included. He touched members, females in his family. Like this guy should really be like under the jail. And because of that, yeah, my daughters, none of my daughters, nobody member of my family. First of all, I wouldn't even be over there because I don't want to be around that type of human being because I think he's a sick person, and I think you guys are even sicker for still being around him. I think it's the weirdest fucking shit. Again, I'm not in those shoes. I've never been there, so like I can't like whatever. But my kids can't go up there, and that was like the final straw because I felt like if that let me know that you fully don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I've already told you. I laid out the ground rules. I told you like that was. I was very specific about that. Same thing with her mother. Her mother is like on and off. She's on and off on drugs and stuff, and it's very serious to the point where like she's set houses on fire and things like that. So it's yeah, my children can't be our child, and any of my other kids can't be around these people because they're not responsible. Which then speaks to her because again, if someone tells you already know you don't even have any rights to this child, and if I'm allowing you time and you're trying to be like cordial about it, then the least you can do is just be conscious of the things that I say that I don't want around or who I don't want around our child. I think it's very simple. And once I saw like, okay, you don't get it. You just want to do whatever the fuck you want to do. No problem. I'm gonna do what I can do. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to send it with you. I don't have to. I literally because there's a piece of paper that says I don't have to. And that's what it's been. If you want to see her, you come see her at my house. We'll meet somewhere, whatever it is. But she will not go out. She will not. Yeah, she will not be with you by herself because you will continuously show me that. Again, safety is not your priority when it comes to any kid. You know what I mean? And because if your dad does anything to mine, you already know how that's gonna go. So, I just, I just, I can't. I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm. She said the word co-parent to me like we anything. Like when I saw that, I was just, it was just triggering me. It was set me off. She probably caught me at a bad time. I don't know. I probably was pissed about something else, but I know I let her have it. And it was just like, if I can't trust you to care of my daughter, and yes, that she's very much now my daughter. And I never try to be like that, but yes, this is my daughter because I take care of her. I take off when she's sick. I leave work for emergencies. I pay for everything. I'm coming in the house at 10 o'clock at night when I get off work to do projects with her. The one you might be able to see in the background. But like, yeah, and I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I'm just painting a picture here of the facts of the things that I do and the things that I deal with. Because I very much love being a dad. I'm going to be very clear about that. And I know y'all know that, but I feel like I have to say it. And it's so strange because she will move mountains for my other kids, which is the weirdest fucking thing. Like my older kids, Gabby's prom. She paid for Gabby's prom dress. It was a very expensive dress. And it's like, but I gotta fight with you to fucking buy $13 jeans from Children's Place. It's like, motherfucker, prioritize your priorities. And it's just, yeah, you're very much tired of dealing with the stuff. Very much to the point where it's like, I'm probably gonna have to have a conversation with my other kids. Like, look, you can't accept anything from her until she does right by your sister. Because as your sister gets older and she sees that, she's gonna resent you. And again, the priority is us. So we have to make sure that we're good. We prioritize us and our family. So yeah, I'm probably going to talk to my daughters about that because she did the same thing. I think Christmas, she took my older girls, she just took them to the mall, let them buy whatever they wanted. And it was like, you didn't think to like call and say, hey, because I'll let Jordan go with her sisters. Like, it's just the stuff that just doesn't make any sense. And then she got upset because I didn't send her over for Christmas. She like called me out the blue, like, is she gonna be able to come over for Christmas? And I was like, you can come see her. Like what? You want us to come past? Well, we will come past. Like what? I'm not playing them games with you. It's just you want me to send over this so you can take pictures and act like you're this fucking 24/7 active mom. And again, full disclosure, she's not a bad person at all. She is great to my other kids, and I'm not saying she's ever been mean to Jordan, but what I'm saying is the way that she treats Jordan in comparison to my other daughters, there's mountains of a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not and again, full disclosure, she does not necessarily mistreat Jordan, but the way that it's not the same. You would think that my older daughters are her daughters, and it's the weirdest fucking thing. It makes no sense. Maybe because maybe she feels like she can relate to them because they're closer in age. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know what it is, but I won't allow my daughter Jordan to be in a position where she can get her feelings hurt, not be safe, or anything like that. But it was like a huge argument. She's like, I never missed a birthday or Christmas, and it's like, I'm glad, but the other 364 days are the ones that are important. Fuck them holidays. Like, what are you talking about? It's like you focused on the wrong shit. No accountability, and it was I just honestly, yo, I was just over it. I really was just like, nah, like I'm done with it. Like I'm done responding to messages. You're like a hair away from going on a block list because honestly, if and the you don't really reach out unless you specifically are trying to get her for like an event for your family. You know what I mean? Or something that you think directly benefits you. It's not like you don't reach. I tell her all the time, you know, she got out school every day, 3 o'clock. You ain't never reach out and say, hey, can I come get her? Can I come see her? Whatever. No, none of that. You don't do that. You do it. You want me to just send her there overnight, and that's not gonna happen. You gotta do things to build up trust with the other parent. Point blank period, especially when you've constantly done things that have caused there to be no trust. You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at, man. That's just where I'm at. Last week over the weekend. So one thing I did do, my therapist is gonna be so happy. I gotta actually schedule to talk to her. I went to go see my dad. And I took the two youngest girls. I took Emma and Jordan with me. One, because so they had been asking about him, which is the weirdest thing because, but Jordan's 5. He's been in the hospital slash nursing home the entire 5 years that she's been around. Well, he went in when she was like 6 months. So like her only the only thing she remembers where he's at, that's her only like visual of him. She has only seen him laying in the hospital bed. Emma differently. Emma has like been around him and seen him. She's been in his house and all that. So like I took them to see him. He was ecstatic. Like they walked in and he started, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. He's like, you know, this is the best Christmas gift ever, because we went like the day after Christmas. I'm lying, 2 days after Christmas. Nevertheless, but and, you know, I went to see him because it was actually it's so I don't know, like lately I've been like, especially towards like the end of the year, I kind of just been like, I guess like just thinking about everything, thinking about, you know, my dad and, you know, things I got going on, other people, friends that, man, I may have fallen off with, and just trying to just having like a real understanding, like life is short, man. And, I just, speaking of which, a classmate of mine's died, rest in peace, to him, Scott Terrell, I went to high school with, man. He got killed, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. I don't know if they found the person, but him and his girlfriend, they actually got shot. They got murdered. He was a really solid guy. I actually seen him over the summer. I was out shopping for the kids, and he was out with his girlfriend, the same girl, and they were shopping, I think, for their daughters. For their daughter, I don't know. I know he has a daughter. And you know, like, you know, it was just like, hey man, and I didn't think to get his number, but because we would talk on like social media and stuff like that. But it was just like, bro, like, you know, just when you see stuff like that, like I'm 38, we're the same age, and it's just like it's like life is so quick, man, and it's just I've really been on that. So I was like, and especially like seeing my dad, I was kind of, because again, like I would say before that there were things that I probably definitely wanted to talk to him about, but now like seeing him there, it's kind of like it's pointless because he had texted me. I had texted him maybe about a month ago. I had sent him, like, I had found a place where because he had been complaining and said he wanted to come out where he was at. So it's like a place where my uncle is at. It's kind of like an apartment, but it's like a retirement nursing home kind of thing. But he doesn't think he can go there now because he needs a round-the-clock nurse. He had texted me back like, I'm never gonna walk again. He was telling me about his legs. He can't. He's supposed to got the double knee replacement surgery, but he can't now because the doctor said. Basically, if they do it, there's like a high probability he would get an infection because there's like something going on with his knees, but there's no fluid and no veins or something there, and he would get an infection and he would basically die. So he can't really he's just stuck. He's just where he's at. So like seeing him like that, I was just kind of like, it was just like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. And that's kind of pretty much where I'm like, because one, I know when people do wrong, but I'm pretty sure whatever I would say to him, it's not nothing that he hasn't heard already or he doesn't know. It would probably just be more for me, and it was just kind of like, it would fuck around, probably piss me off more if like he didn't have a response or the response that I necessarily was looking for. But again, seeing him there, it's just kind of like, man, like, you know what? Just let it go. It is what it is. Sometimes you just kind of like gotta like internally make peace with shit. And that's for everything. I got people now that that were like close friends, and we don't speak anymore because you know, whatever it is. I got people that are still mad about this Trump election shit, and it's just like, okay, you're gonna stop speaking to me over that? Okay, cool. No problem. Like, it's like I come and I have so much peace with it because it's like, if you can forget the 20 years or however long we were friends, over one thing, or something that we just don't agree on, then that kind of like lets me know where I stand. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about, I don't, and I'm a great friend. You know what I mean? I'm showing up to whatever it is you got going on, and whatever. If you have a situation that, no matter what it is, whether it's somebody's trying to fight you, or a car accident, anything, whatever it is you got going on, I'm gonna show up. I'm very supportive of my friends. You know what I mean? If someone dies that's close to them and it means that they're important to you, I'm going to be there. And I just think that a lot of times, you know, people forget, and it's like, okay, we can totally disagree on something, but that doesn't mean that the friendship has to end, at least for me. But okay. And it's just, I'm at peace with it. Like, right now in this moment, I'm just like, it's all right, give it to God. Like, I don't have, life is short, man. It's quick. So just try to like, trying to be purposeful in all my interactions going forward, and just making sure that like daily, like I make the best of every day, every 24 hours again, just make the best of it. Do the most I can fucking do in a day. And yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. Like so it was good to see him. The kids they were ecstatic. And like, what's crazy is my therapist had actually been trying to convince me to go visit him for the longest. She was suggesting it, and it was just like, I just, the stubbornness in me. I'm a very stubborn person, and it's just, I don't know. Again, it's like the gripes I got with him. He's not in a position where he can change any of it. Like, whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna try to make it my business to try to visit every so often. That doesn't mean every week, doesn't mean every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or every month. But I'm gonna make it my business to visit him. Like, we visit him in January, I go visit him in March. But I'm gonna, because so I look at it like that's still their granddad. They still get excited to see him, and that's a memory that they deserve. You get what I'm saying? Just because I don't have those memories, I don't have any memories with my grandfather, because my grandfather, my dad's dad, died when he was like 6 or 7 years old, and then my mom, well, we talked about that situation, but the guy that she thought was her dad, obviously we never met him, and then like that other stuff. Once we realized that, obviously there would have never been a relationship on that side. I don't know. But I've never really actually had a grandfather, you know what I mean? And the guy that my grandmother was married to, he lived down south. He like, when they moved up here, he always lived down south. And when he died like 97, and I was like 11 years old. So he was still down. I had never met him. At least, like, I don't remember seeing him. I think they said he came out when I was like a kid or something like that, but I wouldn't remember that shit. I was like 2. But again, like, that's still their granddad. They still get excited to see him. Again, that's like a memory that they can have, be it whatever it's going to be. And hopefully he lives my dad is 65 now. Yeah, 65. Hopefully, he lives to be 100, like, whatever. And, because again, it's really about them, honestly. Whatever time me and him, I mean, we've had 38 years. That's more than most people get. And it kind of just, that's just for me. I can't speak for my other siblings. I'm pretty sure they got a way different opinion on it. But again, I'm just trying to like live in peace, and just, yeah, like I said. And above all, I just, what's really important is my kids, man. I just really want what's best for them, and then make sure that they're happy, and I feel like that's my job. And the thing about that, like, I think a lot about Jordan, and like, you usually say like your oldest kid goes through everything with you. I think for me it's in reverse. I feel like me and Jordan have like been through everything together. Like, Jordan is with me everywhere I go. And I don't have favorites, but Jordan that's really my dog. Like, I just put her to bed. I was actually gonna let her hang out, but she would have been all in these cameras. But I have like, so they've been on break for 2 weeks almost. So I've been letting her stay up late. Like, I be up working on stuff, and she just wants to be under me. Even like the night, typically, like, I work tomorrow morning, but typically I would take her to the city the night before, let her stay overnight. And tonight I just called her, a FaceTime to sit her, and I told her, hey, I'm on my way home from work. You want me to come get you? Or, and I explained to her, hey, I got to be to work at 6. So that means that you're getting dropped off at 5 a.m. Like, she knows what that means. She knows, like, it's going to be dark. She's like, no, I want to come be with you, Dad. And it's just like, all right, you know what I mean? Because I really just be trying to, like, I really just be trying to get as much time and enjoy as much time as I can with these kids. Um, because you don't know. You just don't know. Like I feel like everybody's dying and like just things are changing so quickly and like at a snap of fingers, Jordan's gonna be 20. And like, you know what I mean? There's gonna be things that I wished I had done and I just didn't do. And um yeah, man, but she's been with me through everything. My pandemic baby, my pandemic pal. Like, I remember taking her to work with me when I worked in a restaurant. Like, I was the general manager, and I would have to I didn't have a sitter. I just didn't at the time. For whatever reason, I didn't have a sitter, and I would take her to work with me. And I'll bring her a little bouncy. I would come there with a whole contraption. I had the car seat, the bouncy chair. I would have all this milk on my laptop so that she could watch nursery rhymes on, and I would set her up in the back and she would for the most part be quiet. Sometimes she would cry, but I didn't have a choice. Like, you know what I mean? I had to do what I had to do, and it was like, like it is what it is. Like I didn't have anywhere for her to go, and we just made it work. And I get a little emotional thinking about it, but in a good way. But Jordan really is like the sweetest little girl I've ever met. Like, uh, she's just so like in tune with like her emotions and like she's such a little human. Um, like last night, funny story. Last night we was not we. Well, she was up. She was at her room watching TV. I put her in the bed. I let her watch the TV. I let her put the TV on because I was thinking she was gonna fall asleep. But at this point, it's like 11:30, almost midnight, and I was hungry, so I came downstairs. I reheated some fried chicken I had in the air fryer, and I made some fries. So I'm walking upstairs, and she's just like, "Something smells good, Dad." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm about to eat." And then but I know my kids, so like I forgot what she asked me, but I know it was because she wanted to come where I was at. So I was like, "Come on, Jordan." And then she jumped right out of bed, came in the room with me. Then she's like, "What's this?" Like when she says, "What's this?" that lets me know she wants some of my food. And I'm like, "Jordan, you want something?" She's like, "Yeah." So she should start going to work. But so the point of the story, the funny part of the story, was there was one piece of chicken left and one French fry left, and I was like, "Jordan, you can have it." My 5-year-old kid breaks it in half, each one in half. In her words, and she's like, "No, you can have a half, Dad, too, because I love you, and I want you to eat too." And it'd be like those little moments, man, that like I don't know, it makes me feel good. One as a parent, because it's like, all right, like I'm doing something right, because she understands it. Like she doesn't, I don't like she doesn't fully get what she's doing, but she knows what she's doing. If you know what I mean, like and it's the cutest thing, and it's those little things, man. And she really gets it at a young age, man. And I mean, for myself, I miss being that innocent. I miss all my kids being that innocent. It's like it's such a beautiful thing, yo. And I don't know. I just love my kids, man. I really do. I thoroughly am enjoying fatherhood for the most part. Um, I'm happy to be done with court. I'm not fucking with court no more. But yeah, I'm just taking it all in and just living in like I guess like my purpose, and like this is my moment to like enjoy it. Even with Emma's for her to be 10, she's still very much a kid. Like, and I remember like Gabby and Kanaya when they were 10. Like, well, Kanaya was still more like a kid, but Gabby and Janaea, they at 10, they were little. They were more into like you could tell they were turning into teenagers. And but yeah, just I don't know. I want to keep my kids innocent and as kids for as long as I possibly can, and just really enjoy it, man. Um, because again, that shit goes so fast, man. Like I just again, like even again, Emma's 10, Jordan's 5. Janaea turned 21. Gabby's turning 18 this year. Kanai just turned. She'll be 19 in 2 months. Like it's just the time flies so fast, and it's just like in a blink of an eye. Like it's just, I'll be 50, and you know what I'm saying. It's just like I just want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy my kids, and yeah, I just want to enjoy life. So, and that's what I'm trying to do for the new year. Like I'm kind of like on again, still on my peaceful journey of just like trying to like if there's friendships that I can mend and that we can get past whatever our differences, that's great. If we can't, then we can't. Which I actually That's what I did for New Year's. Well, I mean, it's fair to say, like, we'll always be friends. I'll say that. This particular group of friends, we'll always be friends. We've always been friends. I mean, there's some gaps in between where like we weren't really hanging out because there was, we had we could say we had a slight falling out. But they've always still showed up, for my kids, especially for their events, stuff like that, which is awesome. I love them dearly, but I actually did that. Like it was actually in my mind all week again. Like for some reason, and for the school, I'm not sick or anything that's going on with me, but it was in my mind. I was like, for New Year's, I think I'm gonna go hang with them. And then I had like reached out to make sure they were gonna be there, and they like, oh yeah, we'll be there. And we hung out, and it was a time. It was fun, and yeah, like I did that. But I just think like it's really important. Again, like time is of the essence. It's like you don't have a lot of time. We do not have a lot of time here, and I think that you gotta do the best you can with the time you have with the people that you love. And for me, I'm trying to get better there. I'm getting better at that. But make sure you tell the people you love that you love them, hug on them, spend time with them. Even last year, reflecting on last year, like I had so many events at the house, which is great. I didn't take enough pictures, but I'm gonna do better this year. I'm gonna have full disclosure, I got 5 block parties looming. So if you close to me, you my folks, and we good friends, you already know the invite is coming your way. But yeah, so 5 block parties looming. Starting in May, June, July, August, September. One every month. And if you've been to them, we have a good time. There's always plenty of food. There's plenty to drink. I always have a lot of activities for the kids to do. So but yeah, I don't know, I just want to be present with my people, and I don't want to get all mushy on y'all, but yeah, just loving on everybody and making sure that everyone feels it. Pause. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. That's really tonight, whatever time you are listening to this or hearing this or watching it. That's really all I got for y'all, man. I guess my message of the day was everything I just said. Only plug I do got a plug. My girl Mel, she's back. She like snuck in and she's back recording for the Basic and Bougie podcast. It is back. She dropped 2 episodes this past week. She didn't even promote it, but she dropped them because I was on YouTube and I saw them Jones pop up, and then I looked on my Apple Podcast and I saw them there. So bet. So check her out. Again, man, she's like, I have so many creative friends, but like she's really like, she does a lot. She's a nurse. She runs a podcast. She designs shit. She does clothes. Like she's always fucking doing something. And I'm just incredibly proud of her. So yeah, definitely go check out her podcast, man. I'll put the link in the description, but check her out. She has a lot of good content. She's in season 4, I believe, of this. And yeah, she's dope, man. So as usual, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Until next week, peace.